Hi, Bratz Babes. I took that strip off my nose and holy cow, a whole bunch of gunk was on it. But now my nose is really itchy. Um, so as promised, I'm going to, I guess, talk a little bit about, um, two of my dolls that bring me comfort. So, thank you, Annie. Sometimes I stash little things up inside her head, and I was looking for this. Helps my nose stop itching so much. But this is Annie. She's a year 2000 Hasbro Raggedy Ann doll. Um, and she's quite lovely. She's a sweet girl. And I love her. She's missing her apron. She has been for a very, 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 very long time. There for a hot minute, she was missing these two. But then I found them and put them on her. They've been on her since... Oh, golly. I don't know. Second or third grade. That was when I found them again. But yeah, so this is Annie, and I've had her almost my whole life. I've had her since I was a baby. And she has been cried on quite extensively. I used to, like, when I was a kid, I used to cry, and then I'd, like, rub my face all over her face or all over her hands, wiping my tears away with her hands and her face. She's been through the wash quite a few times since then, obviously. It took a long time to get this tear stains kind of out. They're still somewhat there, so there's some still, like, discoloration in her face, and in her hands. But yeah, she was my biggest comfort item. I took her with me just about everywhere if I could get away with it. And if I wasn't allowed to take her somewhere, which was most places actually, she was supposed to stay at home, I tried to smuggle her. And yeah, it was always so great. I love her. She also kept my Grams company when my Grams was in hospital dying. Grams died when I was in third grade. She had a stroke. Then she had another stroke. Like, she had a minor stroke and then she had a major stroke, and this happened like back to back. She had the major stroke while she was at the ER, still being assessed for the minor one. And then she got pneumonia, I think, if memory serves. And Annie was there with her, not like in her bed, but on the stand near her, kind of like just, And I think that's the longest I've ever been apart from Annie, actually. And I think that was about a week, but it felt like eons. Like, it felt like months were crawling by. Not because of, like, Annie being, like, there, but, like, the whole thing, just, it felt like she was in the hospital on life support for, like, a zillion years. It felt like we were spending every day in the waiting room for ages, waiting to go back to see her and visit her. Let's see. Another thing is Annie also went with me when I got my appendix removed. She actually went back to the OR with me. I was surprised they let her stay with me, but they did. And so she was back there with me when they removed my appendix. That surgery took 2 hours when normally it doesn't take nearly that long. But it was complicated. Oh my gosh, my nose itches so much. I used to use her as, like, this place to, like, stash little things, like, inside of her little head. I don't really do that so much anymore. As much. Okay, so I'm quickly learning that the downside of those nose, like, patch thingies that get all the gunk out really make your nose itchy. But to be fair, my nose is also easily irritated. Um, I never did find her apron, but I did make her a new one, but it's put away right now. Um, she was my only friend back when I was a kid growing up. You know, like I said, I took her with me everywhere. I'd cry and I would have her like in my arms and I'd cry all over her. She was just like, I don't know, my best friend. Like I had no friends in elementary school and I had a very few friends in middle school and I had very few friends in high school and everything like that. When you're a weirdo, growing up, nobody likes you, but once you're an adult, nowadays it's trendy to be a weirdo, so cool, cool. So the stuff that I got made fun of for is now a little bit more acceptable, and I'm glad that it's easier for the younger generations. I'm a little bit bitter about it because it's like, you know, the same people who made fun of me and ridiculed me get to, you know, go about their lives and decide, you know, suddenly these things are okay after ridiculing me my whole life over it. And I know it's people ridicule each other based on their own insecurities or whatever, but still. Um I need to file this. There's a little I accidentally tore my nail a little bit right there. Like, you know how like it gets a little bit of a rough edge and it snags on everything? That's what's happened. And I need to file it. I've lost the crochet hook again. Never mind, I found it. It's up my sleeve. It's actually kind of funny. I've accidentally dropped it up my sleeve and hadn't even realized. But yeah, so she was like my little friend and I told her like everything and took her everywhere that I could. Uh Dad used to use her as a punishment against me though. What he would do is he would confiscate her from me and pin her up on the wall in the living room up out of my reach. So I could see her, but I couldn't access her. And he would do this for like months on end. And those were the worst because I'd be so miserable laying in bed awake, like worrying about my poor doll, feeling sad and abandoned down in the living room, pinned to a wall like an animal or a bug. Like, I don't know. That was just like really mean. And the punishments were often for suffering from symptoms of ADHD. How dare I show symptoms of an illness I have? Well, I don't know if you can call it an illness, but you know what I mean, a neurodivergency. How dare I show symptoms of something being different about my brain? God forbid. But I don't know, it's just like, oh. It was always really mean. I struggled in school because of my ADHD and because of like other reasons, like trauma and stuff, were also playing a role. And then the relentless bullying and isolation. And then my grams died, and that didn't help. So, like, I don't know. I struggled a lot in school, in some regards. Academically, I was a very bright student. It's just I couldn't focus and, you know, stuff like that. Isn't this so pretty? Wow, these colors look so lovely together. Um, but yeah, so it's just like, that was a really mean thing that my dad used to do to try to punish me, and it sucked. And it's like, he's the one who decided that, you know, we weren't going to be medicated for any of our, like, issues or whatever. And so, like, he decided that I'm not allowed to be on ADHD meds and everything. And so when I struggled, he decided that beating me was the solution. So yeah, he's one of those people. And it's really ironic because he has frickin' ADHD. And it's like, you went through the same crap growing up and you're gonna put your own kids through it? Knowing full well it don't help? Like, bro, you dropped out of high school. You think the same thing that you went through is going to help us? Like, make it make sense, man. I don't know what's up with my dad. He's just crazy, man. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my other comfort thing. My mini-me. Little Roach. He's much newer. I got him... Golly. February, I want to say. Maybe. But, he's a Create Your Own American Girl doll that I created in the Create Your Own portal to look like me. And he does. And that's been really healing, actually, for me, oddly enough. Because growing up, I could never find redheaded dolls to save my life. So I had no dolls to ever look like me. And that always made me really sad. But now here he is. And I actually found that it's really fun to take him places with me. So I do. Which is why he goes grocery shopping with me. Because it makes me feel more at ease. But also, some reason, taking care of him, in a way, feels like taking care of myself. As weird as that sounds. So it's like, I'll change his little outfit, but then it's like I'll change my own. I'll brush his hair, but then I'll brush my own hair. I'll clean him up, so then I'll clean myself up. It's like, what's the words? Mirroring? I don't know. I know that's a thing that cats like to do, but I feel very much like, I don't know, like that's something that I enjoy too. There's something just cute about having a doll do the same things you're doing. I don't know if that's just me being immature and childish or whatever, or what, or if it somehow genuinely is healing me to care for a little me, but somehow caring for him makes me take better care of myself, as weird as that sounds. So yeah. Also, he's a fun little buddy to pass the vape to. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, actually. So, and this summer when I travel, he's coming with me, and of course I'm bringing his bonnet, because he's going to sleep in bed with me. And so is Annie coming with me to Orlando. This one's my bonnet. It's pink and satiny, and it's reversible, so the other side has flowers and chains. But I prefer the pink side because pink is, I love this color. And then it's got like the pink edge that's made of some sort of like, it reminds me of like spandex. It's some sort of stretchy material. But yeah. So Annie will come with me to Orlando. My mom will be with me in Orlando. And Little Roach will come with me to Orlando. I still have to make him a tiny outfit to match mine. I'm going to crochet my summer wardrobe, I guess. And then I'm going to crochet him a tiny version of my summer wardrobe. Because I'm crazy. And I want to match with my doll. Because some reason that sparks joy. And it's harmless, honestly. Like, it's really quite harmless. So, and quite frankly, if it's therapeutic, then who cares? Like, I don't really care if people judge me. Like I said, I take him out with me in public all the time without any amount of embarrassment or shame. The only place I don't take him with me is court. Only because I don't want to get in trouble. They might find something like that to be vaguely disruptive or something. Speaking of court, that sucked. I gotta go back in 2 weeks. Oof. Wow. I'm really tired. But anyway, I hope this video was, like, I don't know, entertaining or fun for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, at least. Like, comment. If you want to be a Bratz Babe, subscribe. And yeah, so I'll see you later, Bratz Babes. I love you. Bye. Have a nice day. Tell me about your comfort items down below in the comments. Tell me about, like, your favorite plushies or childhood comfort animals, or if you have any comfort things that you carry around with you in life. I would love to hear about it. I love this kind of topic. I love talking about comfort items. But anyway, guys, I love you. Bye.